my name is Ariel if you're new here, and if you're not, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing my fall foundation routine. I'm going to go a little bit more in depth about pretty much the base that I use, the overall kind of look and feel that I like to go for as for my foundation. I'm also going to only be using all affordable drugstore products as well as my brushes. They're all going to be drugstore and affordable. I don't really go too much in depth about contour and highlight because those are just things that I always change a bit, but if you'd like me to make an in-depth video about it, I definitely will. I don't really contour too heavily, I don't feel. So if you would like to learn what I use and what you could also use for your fall foundation routine, then just keep on watching and I'll show you how. I already did my brows, and if they look a little bit crazy, I've been trying to let them grow out for a couple months now, more like a couple months now. So if they look a little crazy, sorry, we're just gonna have to disregard that. But I always start off with a primer. Usually because of my skin type, I go in with a redness control primer because I do have a lot of redness, and even though you can't really see it on camera because of the light, it's there. This is the Master Prime Blur and Redness Control. I've been using this for a really long time now. I really like the way it feels. It's not silicone-y, it feels moisturizing. As for foundation in the fall, I love my matte and poreless Fit Me foundation. Right now I'm the shade 220. This is definitely my go-to foundation. I really like this. I have combination skin. I have a couple dry patches in some areas. I have a couple oily spots more towards the T-zone and in my forehead. I do have the one that says normal to oily, and during the fall months I like a soft matte finish. I never really like a super matte face. It's just not for me, and plus I feel like it accentuates my dry patches, so I don't really like it. I just dot this on my face and that's about it. And my routine does change in the winter time. I know a lot of people like to stick to the same routine, like the same type of finish for the winter as well, but I don't. I like, for the winter, a more like luminous, glow from within type of look, but when the time comes, we'll share that. I'm going to take my handy dandy flat top brush from BH Cosmetics. This is their brush from the Sculpt and Blend palette. I never get that right, ever. I really do like it, and I actually just ordered a bunch of new brushes that I'm super excited about because I feel like, especially on this channel, I always use the same brushes. If you've been following me for a while, you'd know that. I haven't really... Whew. That was a danger zone right there. I haven't really bought new brushes in a while. I feel like the last time I brought brushes was when, oh, I got a booger. Was when I ordered Morphe brushes. I bought a couple of their eye brushes, and I talked about it before, but I was just a little disappointed. I do love their eyeshadow palettes though, so I'll mention that right now, and I also talked about it in my blog post when I did mention it. I really want to try the luminous one, the dewier one to this. Let me know what your favorite soft matte drugstore foundation is in the comments below, because I always like to try new things. For concealer, I always go back and forth with concealer. I don't really have anything set, but I've been using the NYX HD concealer in 04 Beige. What is on here? Dog hair? Not surprised. So I'm just gonna do the typical upside down triangle, little tree thing over here, down the bridge of my nose, my mustache area, and my chin. To blend out my concealer, I really like to use a sponge. It could be any sponge. I wanted to use my EcoTool sponge today. This is the smaller one of the two. It comes in a pack of two. There are different shapes and sizes, so I definitely recommend. I feel like after using my Fenty Beauty sponge for a while, like everything seems so much more dense because the Fenty Beauty sponge is really like flimsy. It's really squishy, so anything after that will seem so dense, and that's what I'm feeling right now with this one. But just as an FYI, I really do like the Fenty Beauty Sponge for blending out concealer, just not for foundation. So this step I typically don't do all the time. Face is clearing up a lot from the past 2 weeks. If you saw my weekly vlog, my skin went crazy. Like, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the stress. It just went ballistic. So right now, as you can see, the foundation covered it pretty well. I don't have that much texture anymore, so super excited about that. So back to what I was talking about. This is the Wet n Wild dual ended contour stick. This is the contour side, and I bought light medium. This is light medium, and I feel like the contour shade is a bit cooler toned, which I enjoy. As far as the highlighter goes, my daughter stuck a lipstick in it, so I'm gonna have to clean that up afterwards, but I don't typically use it because it's too light for me. So I just use the contour, and I contour right above the hollows of my cheek. That way it lifts your face up as opposed to bringing it down. So that's what I do. And in this area of my forehead, I have a widow's peak, so I feel like it just helps a little bit. And the chin. I'm going to use the BH Cosmetics 126 brush from the second set of the Sculpt and Blend palette. Sculpt and freaking, is it Sculpt and Blend? It's Sculpt and Blend. So I'm just going to use this brush to just blend out that contour. Ooh, foundation, where are you? Here. Alright. Almost caught me slipping. And you want to blend up. You don't want to blend down. You want to blend up because we're trying to lift up the face a bit. So this is pretty much all the creams that I'm going to put on my face. So now it's time to set. I'm going to use the Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder. This is the translucent powder from NYC. It's super affordable. I just wanted to mention that they do have this powder in the shade Naturally Beige in case you were just of a darker complexion. So this is in Naturally Beige, and I just want to, it's a little messy. I just want to show it to you guys. It's very finely milled, but that's what it looks like, just in case you were of a darker complexion. I'm like trying to be super careful. I saw people talking about this for a while, but then it just stopped. It's just like YouTube is nowadays with trending things, but I never saw anyone talk about the darker powder, so I just wanted to mention it really quickly. So typically with powder, I like to use the same sponge that I blended out my concealer with. I dunk it in just like so, and then I apply it under my eyes. I'm just gonna take this small brush and put it in this nostril area, just the way my nose is. I always get like crustiness in there, so I know it's not cute, but it is what it is. I'm gonna let that sit there for a bit. So now I'm going to move on to my contour powder. This I change all the time. This is generally the base that I wanted to show you guys of what I do during the fall and what I will be doing for the next couple months. That way it's not so repetitive in my videos. Speaking of, let me know what color combinations you want to see, like with eyeshadow looks. That way I know what to make for you guys. But besides that, let's move on to the face. I'm going to be using the CYO contour kit. If you're not familiar with this brand, it's fairly new. It just came out in Walgreens at the end of August. I do have a complete video trying out a bunch of their products. I'll link it up here or in the description box below. I'm gonna use this Eco Tools bronzing brush. I love this brush. It's just so pretty and really nice to blend contour powder with. And pretty much setting that contour shade that we placed before. I'm going to take this chunky kabuki brush and just sweep everything around. This is pretty much what I'm going to do to set my face, since I didn't use a setting powder or anything like that. So I just take whatever's on my face and I just move it around. I'm just pressing it in and moving it around, just setting everything else with it. I feel like I just don't like packing on a bunch of powder, especially when using a matte foundation. Even if it's a soft matte, it's just, I don't want it to like I need to drink some water or something. I'm gonna ditch the bronzer, and I'm going to use the e.l.f. Mellow Mauve blush. I was looking through my collection today, and for some reason I really don't own a lot of blushes. I mean, I have more makeup than the average person for sure, but I guess blush is just something that I wasn't so into. So I'm just gonna apply this to the apples of my cheeks and bring it back just with a very light hand. I love dual fiber brushes for blush and contour as well, because sometimes, you know, we can get a little bit carried away. Sometimes, especially with new products, we just get super excited and super happy. So I like dual fiber brushes because they do help to blend out, and I like this color, it's so pretty. To highlight, I'm going to be using the Sleek, oh look at this packaging, the Sleek Makeup Highlighting Palette in Cleopatra Kiss. I wanted to give this another try. So this is what it looks like. I believe these two are creams, this one, and these are powders. What do I want to use? I don't want to be too yellow, so I'm going to go with this like rosy type of highlight. To highlight today, I'm actually going to use the Flawless Concealer brush from e.l.f. and I'm going to go in with the highlighter dry, and then I'll wet it if I have to. So let's just see how this looks. Ooh, so excited. How do you guys feel about this highlight? Let me know your thoughts. Before I move on, I'm actually going to apply some setting spray. This really does help. This is Wet n Wild's Photo Focused Setting Spray. So that's going to be pretty much it for my face. I'm going to quickly just finish up my makeup. I'm not going to do anything crazy today because I'm actually getting ready to head out the door. So that wraps up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. It really helps me out a lot. And subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Make sure you click on that little bell button. That way you get notified whenever I do post a video. I will leave all my social media links down in the description box below if you want to go follow me there, Snapchat, and all that stuff. Even though I'm just gonna let you know right now, my Snapchat is normally filled with baby spam. I hope you've all been enjoying this fall series. Make sure to leave me comments telling me what you would want to see, what you want to see more of in the future, whether it's fashion related and all that stuff. I'll leave every single thing linked in the description box below. If not, on my blog. I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye. Powder, some setting powder. I hope you bleh. I feel like we're a little too bright here, just a little bit.